Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about the securitization process in credit risk. Under credit risk, obviously all these banks are doing so many process, but if you want to learn credit risk right from the data pipeline towards the final delivery, you need to understand all these branches which are in between. So out of that, the securitization is a very important process which all the data team need to make sure that it's has been like followed monthly. Okay, so today we are going to talk about this. If you are interested in learning credit risk, please be with me till the end of this video, and if you are very first time on my channel, please subscribe to my channel. So now let's move forward. So as all of you can see that the topic for today is going to be securitization. So let's talk about the concept of securitization first, then we'll move on to the theoretical part of this. So first let's talk about the concept. So in securitization, you can see the word itself says the securitization. So we are trying to secure something. Now from the bank perspective, what are the things usually you can secure? For a bank, there are loans, there are credit card, savings account, current account. So how can you save those for bank? Now that question comes. So the answer comes from securitization. Now, so bank is one party here. You all can see the bank is in the picture. Okay. Now bank have all these asset classes in it, and investors money and all the retail customer money, everything is with bank. Now bank do bundling of the assets. Let's say bank have loan. So what bank will do? Bank will create the bundle of loan, and that bundle will be converted into securities. Okay. So that bundle is converted into security, which will be sold to the investors, which are here. These are your investors. So if you see, here are 4 steps. Number 1 step, bank decide that which product need to be securitized, then they convert that into a pool of the assets, or pool or group, whatever you want to call it. The second step. Then third, they prepare the sell deck, they sell it to the investor. And the fourth step, investor makes money out of it, and bank is having a security that this particular asset is secured. Bank is also making profit, investors are also making profit. Now how this whole process basically works? Okay, so this is a process. Basically securitization is a process to create a pool or group. Okay, pool or group, whatever you call it, and repack them in securities, which will be sold to the investors. Now, before the bank is selling all the security to the investors, bank directly cannot do it. So bank will set up, there will be an intermediate SVP. This is a separate entity created by the bank as a separate company, and the full form is special purpose vehicle. So what bank will do? Here comes the bank. Bank have the products, but bank cannot do all this by themselves, selling the security. Why? Because if bank is like selling the security and there is a loss in the bank, so bank will lose all the money. Also this bundles of assets is also lost, right? So this is a loss of everybody. But how bank will do that now? So bank will transfer all these assets to a separate entity or a separate company created by bank itself, and they call it special purpose vehicle. Obviously this is an entity of this bank only. Now bank will shift all these pools to SVP of assets. Now SVP will talk to investor, which can be any big people, like overall rich people and all those big single investors who are already looking for such assets. So SVP will transfer this pool to them, and they will give some money to SVP. It's a purchasing, simple. They are purchasing the loans from the bank. Now this money will be transferred to bank. SVP will transfer the money to the bank. Now this money is with the bank. Okay. At the same time, if you see what is there for investor have the bundle of, let's say, loans. Now I as a customer, so I took a loan. Obviously, my loan bank has sold indirectly to the investors. Now when I am paying this money, so when I am going to pay this money as a customer, I am paying the investors, not directly but indirectly. I am paying to the bank. Bank will transfer to SVP. SVP will give the profit and interest to the investor. So now obviously you will think, why bank is making so much of complexity here? So there are so many reasons for that. Okay, there are obviously profit. In bank there is nothing happens without profit. Let me remove this. Now let me write some bullet points here which will clear whole concept of securitization. Now multiple loans were there. These are 4 loans combined together. Single group of loan came. This is the pool which went to the special purpose vehicle and later went to the investor. Now in this, what is the profit? There are 2 parties. So one is bank, second party is investor. So let's talk about why bank need to do it. Okay, so bank will get cash. Obviously the investor are going to pay the bank, so bank will get the immediate cash that will make the bank liquidate. So liquidity is a big problem in banks, so that problem is solved. Number 1. Number 2, it reduce the risk. Why it will reduce the risk? Now I was having all the loan as a bank. Now if some of the people are defaulting, only I am suffering. Now here the investor will also may suffer if so many people default. So this is the second point which says that a bank is trying to reduce the risk. Then third is it's giving more lending power to the bank or purchasing power to the bank. Now bank has obviously money, right? With this money bank can give more loans, so that will make more profit for the bank. So that is so much profitable for the bank. All of you can understand this. Now what is a profit to investor? And the answer is, the biggest answer is the interest income. So when the bank is selling the loan bundle to the investor, they are only selling the price of the principal, they are not selling the interest. So interest is an income. Now there will be an interest sharing between bank and investor. Let's say you are paying 9%. So bank may decide that we will get like 4%, investor will get 5% through SVP, which is the middleman, right? Which is their own entity. So that is the interest income. Obviously, that's why investors are doing all this. They are taking the risk. Then the second thing is, the more higher the bundle of the risk is, the higher return you will get. Obviously, if there are higher risk involved in the asset which the investors are buying, the interest rate automatically are very higher here. Okay, so that is a second profit for the investor. Then third is diverse risk. Let's say the investor was investing in any FD or only mutual funds. So bank will be liable to give this money, but this is only one product. But here investor is not investing in any of these two. Investor is investing in a pool of loan that can be, let's say, home loans. So there are so many type of customer involved. So it's obviously increasing the diversification of the risk, because there are so many parties involved, like so many type of customer. Obviously some of them will be good customers, some of them maybe not so good customer, but the diversification is simplified for the investor. So investor will be much more relaxed here in this case, rather than just putting money in one bucket, let's say FD, and then waiting for 7-8% of value. Here the investor know, the more higher I am risk taking, I can get like 20% interest also if the asset is so much risky. So that's why investors are taking this risk, even if bank want to move this pool out of their bucket. So there are profit for both the parties. So you can see, right, bank is making cash, reducing the risk, which is like giving them more lending power. They will be making more money out of the new loans, and investor is getting the interest income, then higher return compared to the other products like FD and all. Then diversification of risk is happening because the money is not just put in one bucket, there are so many buckets involved. So that was the whole concept. So we spoke about the concept. Now let's talk about some key points. Okay, so the first point come here, that securitization means grouping different type of loans into one big bundle or group or pool, whatever you want to call it. Simple. Then companies called issuer or the bank combine these loans and create financial product that can be sold to investor. If you see this is the main part, selling the pool to the investor. Then these financial products give regular payment to investors, obviously in terms of monthly EMI, interest income, all of that. Then made up of interest and principal from the original loan. I explained it to you. Then mortgage backed securities are based on home loans. Mortgage backed securities, like there is a mortgage. If the person is not able to pay the loan, then we will sell his house and we'll get the money back. So there is free space for bank there. Then asset backed securities are based on other type of loan, like assets. Car can be an asset, mobile, credit card, or student loan. Obviously their placement, all of that, those things can be an asset. All these four are basically known as asset backed security. So car itself is asset, all of you know. Mobile is an asset, right? Then credit card loans, obviously an asset, because the person who's taking a loan from the credit card, they will pay interest, they will pay late fees if they are not paying on time. So that is also there. Then in the case of student, the degree of the student is an asset to the bank. If you are not able to pay the money, then the bank has the right to take away your degree. Your degree is mortgage here, okay, in direct terms. So that was a key takeaway. Now, what is a process? Like, let's say somebody asks you, what are the steps involved in a securitization process? Give me the proper breakthrough. How you will give the answer for that? So you need to first tell all these steps. Okay. So first step is asset origination. So the bank or the lender, it can be small NBFCs, like the small finance companies. They give loan to the people, like home loans, car loans, and credit card. That is the origination process. Then they create asset pool. The lender or the bank picks the loan that are similar. Okay. Example, home loans, making a bundle, put them into a group or pool. Now this pool is created. I will sell this pool. Now directly I cannot do that as per government regulations also. So what I'll do, I'll set up a new company. As a bank, I am the owner only, but we call it SPV, which is special purpose vehicle, which I told you. The lender creates a separate company, SPV, special purpose vehicle, to handle this pool. This protect the loan if the bank ever goes bankrupt. That was the main point, right? To create SPV. Now, sell the loan to the SPV. Bank is selling the loan, obviously, to its own company. Why they are selling? Because money is coming from investor. Now, the lender, which is your bank is selling the loan to its own subsidiary. Then subsidiary pays the lending using money it raised from the investors. Let's say all the big investors are there, okay? So they do this part. Now the next step talks about the trenching concept. Somebody can ask you, what is the meaning of trenching? So the SPV breaks the pool into different parts. Those are known as trenches of the pool, okay? Then there are separate type of trenches, obviously. Some are safer, some are risky. So there are three: safe, which are like pretty safe investments, like let's say mortgage backed securities. Then there are medium risky, then high risky, okay? Investors can choose which part they want to invest. It's their choice. Obviously, I created a whole bucket. This was my bucket. I created three parts. This is the most risky one, let's say. This is the least risky. In least risky, the interest rate is 5%. In the medium one, it's 7%. In a high risk, it's like 10%. Now, as an investor, it's your choice which bucket you want to take or which trench. This is known as trench. This is one trench, this is second, this is third. That's how it works. Then the next step is credit enhancement. To attract investor, the SPV may add extra protection, because obviously in high risky they usually do that, bank do that. Okay, so extra collateral, then a backup money reserve, then guarantee from another company. These are the things which are usually involved to make it more attractive as a deal for investor. Next step, about rating of all these. Obviously investor will not directly trust a company who are selling something in terms of loan, so there are credit rating agencies that check the all these trenches and give a rating. Let's say A++ to the most risky one and least risky are C, or vice versa. It totally depends on the credit rating. So it makes the trenches safe and riskier ones get lower rating, obviously. So the investor need to think how much they want to earn, how much risk appetite they have. That's how it works. Then sell it to investor, marketing and sell. Investment bank, so basically investment bank help sell these security, all these JP Morgan Chase, and then you have Goldman Sachs, all those usually do that. Pay the investors, distribute cash flow as a borrower repay their loan, which is the customer. That money goes to the special purpose vehicle. The special purpose vehicle give that money to the investor, which is the bank, and then start with the safer trenches. Okay, they start with the safest one. Now keep checking. So this is a monthly process which all the credit risk team do. So credit risk do this as a monthly process, and they need to make sure that they are notifying it to everybody inside the bank. Let's say the operations team and the modeling team, model data team, modeling or data team. That's what I meant here. And the last line is a company called the servicer. Keep an eye on the loans and send regular update to the investor. So for that you do a monthly process. Some company do it using Python, some company do it using SAS, but this whole process, securitization, is converted into monthly and quarterly process. In monthly, you give a breakup to the investor of the month-on-month growth of your loans. In quarterly, obviously that's more important one, because investor want to see how much risk they have. Okay, I hope this video was helpful for all the people who want to work in credit risk. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you are very first time here. And also I have prepared so many good videos on credit risk in the same playlist. So make sure you do watch this whole playlist. It's very, very valuable for all of you. On that note, thank you everybody. All the best.